Okay, so I am just getting stuff ready for Bible study. This morning, a bunch of guys are coming over. They're all Malaysians, and they have this weekly Bible study in people's homes. And this Saturday morning is going to be here in my apartment. I got some unhealthy things, some maybe slightly healthy things. Is juice healthy? Yes, it's tasty. And some coffee and teas and lots of like snacks and stuff there. But we're gonna sit on the couch, on the floor, and then we're gonna encourage one another. Chill. It's very, very chill. And then we're gonna look at the Bible together. Just before that, because I have an hour, I'm also trying to try to squeeze in some sermon prep because I'm preaching at Leicester tomorrow. I haven't done my sermon yet. Right after this Bible study, I'm gonna get on the train, go down to Leicester, and then have dinner, and then hopefully after that have some time to prepare for the sermon tonight before I have to preach tomorrow morning. I'm looking at Psalm 139, which talks about how God knows everything about us, everything. And when it talks about everything, it's not talking about information, it's talking about relationship. Imagine someone who really, really loves you, who's really, really close to you, a family member, maybe even a spouse, knowing everything about you. There's something, if we're honest, there's something very uncomfortable about that. Being open and honest before someone who knows you already the best and really, really deeply and intimately. And I think if we're honest, sometimes we don't want that to happen. Sometimes we want to run away from that. We want to put some distance. We want to have some aspect of our lives that's just us. And again, it's talking not about strangers, it's talking about someone who is close to us, who loves us, even God. And what's interesting about this psalm is David kind of like feels this way. And he talks about running away from God, fleeing from his spirit, that kind of thing. But then he moves on to praising God. He moves on to actually giving glory to God and actually asking God to know him even more. And I think that's really, really valuable because if you've ever felt as if you wanted to run away from God, how do you get to the point whereby you run back to God? You get to the point whereby you think it's too intense, this Christian thing, this knowing God thing. How do you then switch from that to then praising God and glorifying God and wanting God to search every bit of your heart? Well, that's what David does in Psalm 139. I hope that's what we are able to do together as we look at this passage together tomorrow at Leicester Church. But yeah, that's the plan. Kind of last minute, but I think there's something very helpful, something very encouraging about that. But yeah, that's this morning. Please pray for me that the sermon will be done. So last minute.